Oh, sorry, we change the battery.
Sorry.
So I'm going to turn right out of the car park.
So then turning right, please, at the car park. Tony. What mirrors are we going to check before we move off there?
Yeah, we turn left out of the car park and then right at the roundabout and takes away from the school.
Okay, sure. Turn left out the car park. But before we move away, what mirrors are we going to check?
Should I check all around me, the blind spots?
You should, yeah. So are you going to check them then?
Yeah.
So check this left one.
All right.
Check the middle one.
Yeah.
Right, and then over your shoulder.
And
turning left out the car park, please, Tony. So what mirrors are you going to check?
Middle.
Yeah.
And left.
And what are you checking that left mirror for?
Okay, so the inside was from the inside of me.
Yeah. At the roundabout, we're going to be turning right.
Yeah.
What mirrors are you going to check before we get to the roundabout?
Middle and right.
Okay, and we're checking that right hand mirror.
Bicycles. Sorry, people overtaken.
Sure.
So turning right.
And turning right, please.
Right.
And then turning right at the next roundabout. You said that or not?
New road.
New road, so we're checking the interior mirror
interior
and then
right.
the right hand mirror.
Why am I checking it?
And why are you checking them?
Turning right.
And turning right.
I'm checking in to see what's followed me into the new road.
Okay.
And the right hand one to see if anybody's overtaken me.
Okay, so again, new road. What mirrors are we checking?
Middle.
Yeah.
And right.
Okay, and we're checking the middle mirror for?
See what's followed me, the distance, speed.
Yeah. And the right hand.
One to see if anybody's overtaken me. And turning left.
Turning left, please, yeah, Tony. So we're going to check the centre and the left.
Yeah.
That's it. And why are you checking that left hand mirror?
Them cyclists working on the inside of me. And if you get me to find a safe and convenient stop place on the left.
Right, Tony, up. Yeah, ahead I'd like to put over into the left where it's safe and convenient to do so.
What mirrors are you going to check first, Tony?
What mirrors you can check before you pull over?
Middle and left.
And what are you checking the left hand mirror for?
Distance, speed.
I know you're checking the centre mirror for distance speed. You're checking the left hand mirror for anyone, any cyclists.
Very important to check them though, isn't it?
It is very important.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Watch me as I'm doing it, yeah? Right, this would be a suitable area to give the brief and carry out the emergency stop, yeah?
Uh-huh.
So you need your book. That's it. Right, so I'll give you a hand. This is your done one before, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
So, you link it into the mirrors. Yeah, if you're checking your mirrors, and the one thing you didn't mention as we're driving around was that the frequency of check the mirrors, I should be checking them on a quite a regular basis, so that's happening behind me all the time, yeah?
Yeah.
So if I was up, checking my mirrors at the appropriate time, if I had a great big 40-ton lorry very close behind me, I'd know he's there, wouldn't I?
Yeah.
So therefore, I would probably reduce my speed by about 10 miles an hour anyway, because I know if I have to stop, he's not going to be able to stop, so I'm increasing his stopping distance so I can react earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah. And obviously, if I'm driving anywhere in an area where there's a school, especially this time of the day, it's school out time, I'd reduce my speed because of the fact that no children around. Yeah.
Yeah.
So going down to the bottom here. So this is the one occasion, Tony, where I know we're banging on about the mirrors. When we carry out the emergency stop, we're not going to check the mirrors because we're not going to have time.
Yeah.
We're going to use quick reactions, firm and progressive braking. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're going to keep both hands on the wheel.
Yeah.
Just before we stop, we're going to put the clutch down.
Yeah.
And after we stop, we're going to keep our feet still. And into neutral. We're going to prepare the car. And we're going to check all around us, 360 degrees all around us.
Yeah.
Because don't forget, if little Johnny's run out and he's standing in front of us, there's probably going to be a mum running out of one of the houses on the left or the right.
Mm-hmm.
So start with the left, look all the way, search all the way around to the right,
Mm-hmm.
and then we'll carry on from there. Yeah.
Yeah.
So if the car was to skid to the left, I would steer slightly to the left into the skid. corrected. If the car was skidding to the right, you steer slightly to the right just to correct it, yeah? This car is fitted with a system called anti-lock brake system, which basically means that it gives me the option of steering under heavy braking. But for the purpose of the exercise today, we're not going to do any steering, yeah? But it is possible for me to actually steer and to be doing emergency braking at the same time. If the anti-lock braking system does activate, I feel a little vibration underneath my foot. Basically what it's doing is releasing the pressure to one or more of the wheels that is locked up. Just ignore the vibration, keep your foot pressed on the brake, yeah? You can see here at 20 mile an hour, it's going to take at least 3 car lengths to stop, yeah? You can see at 30 mile an hour, it's only 10 mile an hour faster, it's going to take twice the distance to stop. Now, it's very important that if you drive an older vehicle, yeah, because after your test you might not have a lot of money, you might buy an old W-Reg car or something. It's very important to check has it got anti-lock braking system fitted to it, because it may not, yeah? There's a couple of ways of finding out. One is when you turn the ignition on, you should get an ABS warning light on the dashboard. And the other way of finding out, if you're not too sure, is look in the owner's manual. If the car is not fitted with anti-lock braking system, in an emergency you'd have to use what's called cadence braking. That's where you brake firmly progressively until you feel the wheels just start to lock. Off the brake, immediately back on again. You may have to do that a number of times, especially if the roads are wet, yeah? That's called cadence braking, yeah? But it's very important to find out before you drive that car whether it's got anti-lock braking system or not, because it's a bit late finding out when you're in the middle of an emergency, yeah? Any questions on it? Well, just a quick brief outline of what we're going to do. No need to go any further because the rest of it's going to be covered on the move, yeah? So, this quick reaction and firm progressive braking is going to be very important, yeah? So, if you put your book in the back for a minute. Right, so obviously when you're doing this with a real student, you've got a duty of care to everybody around you, yeah? Obviously because I'm teaching you to do it, the duty of care is on my part really, but I'll tell you what your duty of care is that we mustn't put anybody in danger when we're doing this. So I won't ask you to carry it out if there's any moving vehicle behind me coming towards me, or any pedestrians in the very near vicinity that we're going to frighten the life out of you. And I also don't want you to do it too close to a side road. No objections to you doing it going down between parked cars, because that's where it's likely to happen, but just bear in mind, make sure there's no moving vehicle behind me, no moving vehicle coming towards me, no vehicles coming to the side of me, no pedestrians in the very near vicinity, and obviously I don't want to be stopping right opposite that road, yeah? That makes sense? So the signal you're going to give is you're going to look over your right shoulder to make sure it's clear to do it. Back up on your mirrors, yeah? But it's very important to warn your pupil not to react to that. Because it might not be safe at that point, yeah? The signal you're going to give is going to be a very specific signal. You're going to put your hand up underneath the mirror and say the word stop. And that's the only thing I must respond to, yeah? So you wouldn't mention the word stop at any other time when we're driving around. So don't say to me, Tony, we're going to be carrying out this emergency stop soon, yeah? We're going to be carrying out this exercise soon, yeah? So, you don't really check the mirrors. You want to try and encourage me to keep both hands on the wheel. Yeah? And you want to try and encourage me not to put the clutch down too early. But even more important than that, after I stop, if I was to stall as I was stopping, I'm not really going to kill anybody with that, am I? But after I stop, if I was to relax and I pull my foot off the pedals, then the car could well shoot forward and little Johnny could be still standing there like a rabbit caught in the headlights. And he ends up getting run over and he thinks his life's been saved, yeah? That makes sense? So it's really important after we stop, you come in with keep your feet still. Yeah?
Yeah.
Any questions on that?
Um,
Yeah?
Yeah.
So, the signal you're going to give me is... What are you going to check first?
I'll be checking over my shoulder.
But you're checking your mirrors as you go along.
Yeah.
And then when you think it's safe to do it, check over your right shoulder. But you don't want me to respond until you put your hand up and say the word stop. Yeah? So we just need to consolidate this quick reaction, yeah? And this freedom of progressive braking, yeah? So I always relate the pressure on the brake in an emergency to be, if you imagine standing on a wet sponge and pressing down, squeezing the water out of the sponge, yeah? You wouldn't just jump on the sponge because the water's going to go everywhere, yeah? You press, yeah? Yeah? So obviously the mistakes I can make on this is my reactions can be slow. I could check the mirror beforehand, which is also going to give me slow reactions. If I'm not checking the mirror and my reactions are slow and you don't feel me brake on the word stop, on the P of stop, then that means I just haven't moved quick enough from the brake to the gas, yeah? From the gas to the brake. I knew I was told about charging for this. Or I could just not brake hard enough. Yeah? But it's very important after I stop, keep your feet still, handbrake on, keep your feet still into neutral. Yeah?
Okay.
And then as we drive on afterwards, before I drive on, make sure I do check around. We start with the left shoulder, scanning all the way around. If you talk me through it on the first one, then you can start prompting me on the second one, yeah? And remember, the mirrors still run through this whole element, yeah? But it will be prompting, not telling, yeah? So let's have a bit of bit of practice at this quick reaction, yeah? So if you just get me to, just imagine I'm holding the wheel and driving the car as normal, yeah? And you look over your shoulder, and then you give me the signal to stop.
Stop.
That's really quick, isn't it?
I think we could do it a bit quicker, Tony. Should we try that again?
Yeah.
Okay. Stop. Much better, Tony. Should we try one again?
Yeah.
Okay. Stop. Bit slow there. One more. Okay. Stop. Okay, you paused very slightly there, Tony.
Yeah, but it's only a split second, isn't it?
But that split second we could do the difference between life and death, Tony. There's a child running in front of you. Can we try that once more?
Yeah, if I'm about a second too slow, how many car lengths am I going to travel in that distance? In that time?
At least one.
Probably about 3 car lengths, 30 mile an hour, yeah? Yeah? Try it once more.
Stop.
Oh yeah. Clutch?
Clutch.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So after we press that brake down, just before the car stops, we're going to press the clutch down so the car doesn't stall.
Right.
Okay, should we try that once more?
Yep.
So foot in the accelerator for me. Stop. Clutch.
Right.
Perfect.
And obviously the other fault I can make is I can clutch down before braking.
Yeah.
Which is also going to make the stop longer because we're losing what we're losing.
Engine braking.
Losing engine braking, yeah. You will actually, although you can't see the feet, you will actually feel the car kind of go very quiet, and it'll kind of just, especially if it's going on the flat or down here, you'll feel it kind of just speed up a little bit first before you feel the braking coming on, yeah. But you will actually feel the quick reactions when you finish saying the word stop. If you don't feel that car being retarded, then, and you can always tell if I'm firm enough on the brake, you should actually feel yourself being jerked forward on the seatbelt, yeah? The seatbelt should certainly be looking around you, yeah? Should we try it?
Yeah.
Yeah? I could have actually driven away without checking anyway, they actually didn't prompt you.
Oh, okay.
Well, I'll let you away in the first one. Yeah?
So you actually do it, so I do it when I prompt you.
Yeah.
Okay, Tony, when it's safe to do so, we're going to carry out emergency stop. Kid. Fair enough.
I did warn you. Just
I
think.
knew as I said it.
Just think what a real pupil would do, yeah?
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah? Don't forget, it's not when I'm ready. It's when you're ready, yeah?
Yeah.
And we're going to turn right.
So what can I say? Not meant to that word.
Don't mention the stop word.
I can't even say stopping exercise.
Say?
I can't even say stopping exercise. What did you say to say?
Well, we're going to carry this manoeuvre.
Oh yes.
But you don't really need to mention that, yeah?
No.
Don't mention the S word, yeah?
It's really difficult not to say
Well,
it.
we're going to turn left. I reacted exactly the way a student would have,
Yeah.
that could well react, yeah?
Yeah.
But obviously the only difference is I made sure it was clear to do it, yeah?
I knew as soon as I said it, you were going to do it.
And we're going to turn left.
And turn left, please don't.
It's going to stop now, isn't it?
Okay, Tony, stop. Okay, handbrake. Leave your feet where you are. Handbrake.
Give you a quick one, keep
Yeah.
those feet still, yeah? Drive on.
And drive on when you're ready.
Wait.
Wait. When you take all round the observations, check into the left.
No, it's okay.
Left mirror.
It's okay.
Centre mirror.
Are you watching me or what? Don't do the observations from me, watch me, yeah?
Yeah.
I didn't check all the way around to the left, did I?
No.
Want to tell me again?
Okay, Tony, I want you to check all around to the left.
Alright. You see that time, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
you don't need to look, because
yeah.
I'll do looking for you, won't I?
Left hand mirror.
Yeah, it's clear, yeah.
Centre mirror.
Yeah.
Right hand mirror. Right hand mirror.
Sorry about ahead as well.
Oh yes, straight ahead.
Yeah.
Right hand mirror.
Yeah.
And then right over your right hand
Oh,
shoulder.
yeah, it's clear.
Over your right hand shoulder.
Oh, I'm shooting it straight off. Yeah, it's clear.
Okay,
When you give it a stop on the left.
And then stop on the left for me, please, Tony. Very safe to do so. Check your mirrors first, though.
What
So-
mirror? Prompt. What
Yeah.
mirror is he going to check?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, he won't check them unless you prompt him, yeah?
Yeah.
How that one feel?
Okay.
Eh?
Ish.
Ish.
Yeah.
Well,
I need to be quicker with the feet. And I didn't follow through with checking you.
no, just, you know, talking about my performance, what did you feel about my stop?
I felt it was good. I think we could have braked slightly faster.
Yeah, what do you reckon delayed me?
Check your mirror. I don't know. Check your mirrors.
Yeah. To be honest with you, there's no good looking at my feet,
Yeah.
because with all the gizmos that got fitted in cars nowadays, you can't see them anyway.
Yeah.
And when I do brake, you'll feel it anyway, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, you should be looking in my eyes, yeah?
Yeah.
Let's just try it once more and see if you spot it.
Okay.
So we're going to drive on when you're ready.
So when you're ready, what mirrors are you going to be checking for
Oh,
you, by
no,
the way?
check that one. Oh, and the blind spot. Indicate on that road.
Keep a check on those mirrors as we come around this corner.
Sorry?
Keep a check on those mirrors as we come around this corner.
Front.
Oh, which mirror should we be checking as we go?
Yeah, don't forget you've got to take some money out of the bank, haven't you?
Yeah.
Otherwise you never know what learning's taking place this lesson, don't you? There's no harm in here.
So again?
There's no harm in here.
Oh.
No.
See you later.
Turn
Sorry.
left.
Yeah, you said
Turning
turn
left.
left, please, Tony. Which mirror are you going to
Middle
check?
left.
Why are you checking that left hand mirror?
Them bicycles,
You
isn't
can
it?
check it then.
I did, yeah. Get in the habit of watching me, yeah? You gotta remember, your trainer or your examiner's not gonna kill you,
Yeah.
yeah? And we're gonna turn left.
And turning left here, Tony. Which mirrors are we going to check?
Middle and left.
You check the left mirror. Good boy.
Down ship. We'll get a doggy bone tonight. And we're gonna take the next turning to the right.
Go to the next turning to the right, please, Tony. Which mirrors are you going to be checking?
Middle, right.
Okay. And what are you checking for in that right mirror?
No, anybody overtaken.
Leave your feet where you are.
Too slow. Get in there quicker, yeah?
Yeah.
Look, if I'm still on the brake at the moment, but if I'm not,
Yeah.
that car's going to shoot forward, yeah?
Okay, keeping your feet where you are. Handbrake for me, please. Neutral. Turn the engine off and then back on. Into first gear. Before you pull away, I went to all-round observations.
Oh yeah, got to check all
Checking
around
the left shoulder,
Yeah,
left
it's
mirror.
spin around there. Yeah.
Interior mirror,
Yeah.
straight forward.
Yeah.
Straight forward, please, Tony.
Yeah.
Right hand mirror,
Yeah.
and over your shoulder. Okay, pulling away where it's safe to do so.
And if you give it a stop on the left hand.
And you put up on the left hand side where it's safe to do so. Which mirrors have you been checking before you
Oh,
pull
middle
over?
and left.
And we're checking on the left hand mirror.
Yeah, any bicycles. That felt really good. Isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. Anything you spotted?
No.
You're not watching me here. Yeah?
Yeah.
As you put your hand up on that pier stop, look me straight in the eye, yeah?
Yeah.
I'm checking the mirror.
Yeah.
Yeah? Yeah, I'll make it so obvious as well, yeah?
Yeah.
Well, let's just see if you're spotting the next one. Let's
Yeah.
see if you're spotting the next one, yeah?
Before you move away, Tony,
Oh, yeah.
you check.
It's in the influence spot.
That's it. Okay, Tony, stop. Okay, leave these feet where you are.
Sorry.
Handbrake. And neutral.
Just a second, stop. Keep them feet still.
Yeah. Okay, Tony, before you move away, I want you to check all around observations.
Oh, yeah. All around.
So over your shoulder, left, centre mirror, forward, wait, right hand mirror, and over your right hand shoulder.
Yeah.
It's clear and safe to do so.
Yeah.
Pull away.
I'm going
Okay.
to stop.
I'm going to pull over on the left hand side where it's safe to do so. Which mirrors you can check?
Oh, middle left.
Okay. Secure the car for me, please, Tony.
Yeah.
Okay. How do you think that went?
Well, they all feel good to me. I've never done one before, have I?
Fair enough. Before you stop, you check that mirror. I know you're banging on you about the mirrors, but before
Oh, sorry, yeah.
on emergency stop, we don't check those mirrors.
Does that make a difference?
It does make a big difference. If you're checking in that mirror, it's going to take at least a second. And in that second, we're going to move at least 3 car lengths if you're doing 30 miles an hour.
Right, so now, just out of roll, a good way of stopping me checking that mirror now is to ask me outright now, on the next stop, Tony, are you going to check the mirror?
On the next stop, Tony, you can check that mirror.
No, I'm not.
Good.
Now, I'm not going to check on the next one now because I'll feel a bit of a prat telling you that I'm not going to check it and then check it, yeah?
Yeah. Fair enough.
So, if you ask me out